All right, welcome back to The Explainer. Today we're doing something a little different. We're going to take a guided tour of a place that doesn't exist yet. It's a proposed nation called Solus, and the big idea here is to explore what it would actually feel like to live in a society that's been designed right from the very beginning to get rid of debt and hoarding. Pretty radical, right? Let's jump in.
This quote, well, it really gets right to the heart of what Solus is all about. Everything is built around this idea of contribution, not extraction. So, what does that actually mean for you? Let's imagine you've packed your bags, you've made the decision, and you're about to become a citizen of this brand new nation.
So, let's talk about becoming a citizen. This is where your journey begins. And right away you'll see it's not just about filling out some forms. No, this is a really structured path, and it's all designed to make sure you're truly on board with the nation's core values, right from day one.
Okay, so the process starts with something called a values audit. Basically, they'll look at your background to see if you have a history of, empathy and collaboration rather than exploitation. If you get the green light, the next step is a one-time buy-in payment. Now, this is huge. That payment covers your home and the infrastructure you'll use, which means you're a homeowner, totally debt-free from the second you arrive. Imagine that.
Next up is this integration apprentice period. Think of it as a mandatory 12-month orientation to a whole new way of life. And yeah, it's a probationary period, but it's not about catching you out. It's an immersive education. You'll work in a job that actually fits your skills. You'll go to workshops to learn how this totally unique economy functions, and you'll get involved in community meetings. The whole point is to make sure that by the end of the year, you're not just a resident, you're a fully fledged, active, and informed contributor to the society.
All right, now for the really fascinating part. Let's look at how the money flows. We're going to dive into their currency, called Pulse, and this concept of demurrage. At the very core of the Solus economy is this unique digital currency, Pulse, and it's built on a principle that's designed to actively stop people from hoarding wealth.
So what is Pulse? Well, it's the digital currency of Solus, and it's designed for what they call high-velocity exchange. Unlike the money we're used to, which you can just stick in a bank account and let it sit there forever, Pulse is literally engineered to move. A good way to think about it is, it's less like a treasure chest you bury and more like the lifeblood pumping through the veins of the economy. It's a tool for exchange, meant to fuel actual productivity, not just pile up in a corner.
So, how do they keep it moving? Through this really clever system called demurrage, or as they call it, recirculation. Okay, look at this table. Here's how it works. Everyone gets a buffer. You can hold up to 12 months' worth of living expenses in your account and nothing happens. That's all yours, 0% recirculation. But if you start saving more than that, say you get into the 12 to 24-month range, a tiny 1% fee gets applied to that excess each month, and that money goes right back into the community's common pool. And as you can see, the more you hoard, the higher that percentage gets. The whole idea is to make sure that money is always working for everyone, not just sitting idle.
So where does all that recirculated pulse go? It funds what's called the common pool. This is what pays for everything. Universal healthcare, education, all the public services. But here's the really powerful part. You, as a citizen, get to decide where half of your contribution goes. You literally direct it. The other 50%? That's allocated by the government, just to make sure all the essential national stuff is covered.
And how do you manage all this? Through the Solus app. This thing is basically your digital hub for, well, everything. It's your bank and your portal to civic life all in one. From the app, you can see your pulse balance in real time, you can allocate your share of that demurrage money to community projects you care about, and you can even propose new ideas yourself. It's got a totally transparent ledger of all public spending so you can see exactly where the money is going. And yeah, it's even how you'd manage your home or apply for a loan, which, by the way, is always fee only. No interest, ever. Just a small flat fee.
Okay, so we've talked about the economy, the money, the app. But what does all this actually mean for your daily life? What's it like to live with this system day in and day out? Let's talk about life beyond financial drag.
Yeah, you're seeing that right. The typical work week in Solus is just 20 to 25 hours. And this really shows you one of the biggest real-world benefits. Because the system is designed to eliminate debt and keep capital moving, the whole economy is just super efficient. The goal isn't just to work more hours to pay off debt. The goal is to work effectively, which frees up so much of your time for, your family, your community, whatever it is that gives you a sense of purpose.
This is what a reimagined life could look like. You own one home, and you never pay a cent of mortgage interest. Ever. All your banking is fee-only. Healthcare and education are just free.
Your essential utilities like water and power are run as nonprofits. Even taking a vacation is different. Since nobody can own a second home, the nation itself builds these amazing communal holiday spots that everyone can book and use through a fair rotation. It's a life designed to be intentionally unburdened.
And of course, all this focus on community and contribution naturally flows into how the nation is actually run. So let's look at how your voice fits into the bigger picture. This section is Your Voice, Your Nation, a rhythm of participation. It's all about how every single citizen is part of this ongoing, structured conversation.
So participation isn't random. It follows this really steady rhythm. Every single month, there are community assemblies where you can go and pitch your ideas. I mean, anything from, hey, let's build a new park, to improving some local service. Then, once a year, the whole nation gets together for something called the Festival of Solus. And that's where all the best ideas from the whole year get prioritized and the big national goals are set.
Now, the way they guide this whole system is really unique. It's a partnership between human wisdom and machine precision. You have human leaders, they're called apostles, and their job is to set the moral vision and lead the discussions. On the other side, you have this powerful AI guardian. It's not a ruler, it's a tool. It gives them bias-free data, it can run simulations on what would happen if they pass a certain proposal, and it just makes sure everything is grounded in hard facts. But, and this is so important, the AI can only advise, it cannot make a final decision. So at that big annual festival, the government, with help from the AI guardian, presents its recommendations based on all that logic and data. But what if the people disagree? Well, they can. But to override the government's recommendation, a vote has to hit a 70% supermajority. It's a really interesting way to strike a balance, right? It respects what the people want while also building in a safeguard for long-term stability.
So, let's tie this all together. What's the big takeaway? It's the Solus ethos. Contribution over consumption. Every single law, every system, every app feature we've talked about is built on this core idea of contributing to the whole. And this isn't just an idea for adults, it's instilled right from childhood. Their education system is all about collaboration, regenerative thinking, and really understanding why older systems built on debt can fall apart.
And this motto really says it all. Where attention goes, energy flows. It perfectly captures the whole point. This is a society that has been intentionally designed to pull our collective attention away from things like financial extraction and endless competition. Instead, all that human energy flows towards building a stronger, more fair community, a place where your personal purpose and the well-being of everyone else aren't in conflict. They're the exact same thing.
So that leaves us with this final question. What if the whole point of an economy wasn't just endless growth, but sustainable human flourishing? The model of Solus, well, it gives us one possible answer. It's a system that isn't just about working for a living. It's about inviting you to contribute to a life that's actually worth living. And it really makes you think about the potential of a society that's built on a completely different set of rules.